Stars win! Let's go. Pavelski. Bah! This is a pretty big game, and you might think to yourself, really? It's against Detroit. They're not the greatest team. They kind of showed that last season. This is a big game. We got Ottinger getting his first start. So right there, that's a big game. Exciting to see how he does in a full game, how he looks, you know, get our first actual sample size. Because, yeah, he played for like a 5-minute stretch, I think twice, or like something like that, or like I think he ended up mustering up a total of like 10 saves in the bubble, and they were both at like late third period type relief style. So we get to see him in his first start. Also, before this game, Jimmy Benn actually got put on LTIR, which kind of shocked me considering he's been day to day. I'm kind of curious to how he went from day to day to LTIR, or maybe it's just because he simply wasn't progressing the way that he was expected to, or maybe he thought he was good, tried to use it, made it worse. I'm not sure, but either way, he's on LTIR now. So now we got Bishop, Sagan, and Ben on LTIR. Let's just get into the game. Another thing, this is the Stars game. They're debuting their blackout jersey, or the skyline, you know, the black and like the neon green. They look pretty good. And the more that I see them, the more that I like them. We start the game, get a couple minutes in. Klingberg sends Kamano on a semi-break, and he's battling Larkin. And Larkin loses his footing and ends up crashing into Bernier. Takes Bernier out of the net, but the puck stays out too. A few minutes later, Nemeth has it in the neutral zone, just outside of his blue line, or whatever, just on the neutral zone side of it. And Tanner Kero strips the puck, comes in. It's a 2-on-1. Pavelski's with him, and he opens up for that one-timer, and Kero sees it, feeds it over. Pavelski, bah! Blasts it into the back of the net. Nothing Bernier could have done. He was far out, challenging Kero, and Kero made the great pass across, and Pavelski did what Pavelski's been doing, and he put that one in the net. That was pretty much all that came out of the first period, so we jump into the second. Dallas is putting some pressure on, and Justin Dowling puts one on net, and the rebound comes loose, and Cogliano breaks free from the tie-up in front of the net that he was dealing with, and he puts that one in backhand, and again, Bernier was kind of caught. Not much he could have really done there on that rebound. And now we got a 2-0 game. That would also be Cogliano's 400th career point, and that, when I saw that, it surprised me a little bit, because I think of Cogliano, I don't expect him to have that many points, just because he's a very, I think Cogliano, and I think very solid defensive guy. He gets it done. He's a sneaky offensive guy. Detroit then starts putting a little pressure on, and shots fired on, goes off a couple bodies, hits Ottinger, pops back out, and nothing Ottinger can do. It's a wide open net for Filppula on that rebound, and he puts it home. It's a 2-1 game. We got 5 minutes left in the second period. The Stars are doubled up the shots on Detroit, and then the Stars come in on a rush. Guryanov has it coming down the right wing, and he cuts across the middle, and he fires one in. Mantha loses his footing and goes flying into and through Bernier. Mantha tried pushing Dowling, and Dowling kind of got out of the way, and Mantha lost his footing, took Bernier out again. This is the second time Bernier's been hit by his own guy this game. And the puck did cross the line before Mantha took Bernier out. So now we got a 3-1 game. Detroit would go in a power play. They got way too many of those this game. That would be the one. That would be the one weak point of this game. But on that power play, they get a good chance. Ottinger makes a really good save. He keeps that out, keeps it a 3-1 game. And we move into the third. The Stars are working in the Detroit zone. Heiskanen gets it, and he goes across to his D partner Alexiak, and Alexiak rips one on, and it goes in. It finds its way in the net. Grace also came in for the third period. I'm assuming probably because Bernier wasn't feeling great after being taken out a few times, and they weren't light. He got drilled both times by his teammate. So yeah, Grace is in. Alexiak fires it through the 5-hole. Grace was screened. Couldn't see it. Now we got a 4-1 game. Detroit does go back on the power play. Shot on Ottinger. He makes a save. Miro goes to bat it out of the air, and usually he's pretty decent at that, and he just misses it by like, and then Bertuzzi's there and bats it in the net. Now it's a 4-2 game. So Detroit, they ended up with 7 power plays in this game. Lucky for the Stars, they only came out with 1 power play goal, and it was this one. And again, there wasn't anything Ottinger could have done about that. It was just a weird bounce off of a rebound, and it was batted out of the air. So like he nothing he could have done. And then Detroit keeps the pressure on because they got a goal. They're feeling themselves a little bit now. The Kaiser fires one from the point. Dowling goes to kind of block it, and it goes off his arm, and it goes past Ottinger and in the net. Now it's 4-3 with 7 minutes to go. Ottinger would have had that one, but it went, like I said, Dowling went like this, it went off his arm, went past Ottinger, in like a space like this into the net. So now, like I said, 4-3 with 7 to go. I was getting nervous. And then the Stars would get their 3rd power play of the game, and they decided, let's give young Jake some more goal support. So Miro comes in late into the zone, and he gets fed the puck, and he's coming in with speed, and he rips one at the net. Dellandria's cutting across, tips it in. Oh! Dellandria, one of the best looking Stars from the start to the finish of this point in this game. And throughout like the season so far, he's just done everything very well, and he hasn't given up. He almost took Miro out with just his excited celebration hug and everything. It was a great seeing eye feed from Miro. He picked up 3 assists in this game, and Dellandria picks up his first career goal. So like I said, it's a pretty big game. So now we got 5-3 with a little over 3 minutes left. Detroit pulls their goalie. Dowling rips one from around the blue line, from outside the blue line, and gets it in the net. So he makes up for that block shot goal, and now it's 6-3. And with a minute and a half left, it's pretty much, you can kind of tell it's not really much going to happen for the rest of this game. You know, it's slowing down. Stars come in, Klinger crosses the blue line, and he just puts a wrister on net. Nothing crazy. He just fires it, and it beats Grice's glove. I honestly don't think he was like intentionally trying to snipe. I think he was just putting it on net, and you could see by his reaction when he turned around after it went in, he was like, it looked like he was kind of surprised that went in. And I honestly was watching it. I was like, oh, okay. But the Stars play big in front of young Jake for his first game, so he picks up his first career win. Dellandria ended up picking up assist on Klingberg's goal, so he gets a goal and an assist in this one. Big night for the rookies. Just really good game, fun to watch. It was really nice to see those Skyline jerseys or blackout jerseys, whatever you want to call them. To me, they're the Skyline jerseys because that's what they're originally advertised as, but the commentators are calling them the blackout jerseys now, so whatever. I'll say both for now so you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, like I said, big game from the rookies. Dellandria, very, very earned goal. Like I said, he's played very good since the season has started. He earned that goal 100%. Ottinger, he played well, and there was 3 that went past him, but the only 3 that went past him were 3 that he couldn't do anything about. So I'm not going to harp on him for that. Whenever the Stars needed him, he was there. He made a few big saves, and that's awesome for a 22-year-old to play. Like he's pretty good, and it's exciting to see. I'll stop babbling on. Let's just get into the postgame. Pavelski picked up the first goal of the game, so he continues his point streak to start the season. And Dellandria's goal was also a power play goal, so they continue the power play dominance. They got a power play goal, at least one, in their first 4 games of the season. They're 4-0 to start the season, baby. Last team remaining that's undefeated. The shots on goal, the first period, they were 11-5 in favor of Dallas. The second, they were 8-7 in favor of Dallas. And then the third, they were 11-10 in favor of Detroit. The face-offs, they were 30-30, so they were straight up even, which is the best percentage the Stars have had this season so far. Is 50%. They've been below that every other game. Their power play went 1 for 3, and Detroit's went 1 for 7. So they both came out with 1 power play goal. Dallas did it in less than half, the amount of tries, and the shots were 29-23 for Dallas. Young Jakey, he gets the win in his first career starts. He saved 20 of 23 for 305 goals against and an 870 save percentage. The team in front of him, they blocked a lot of shots. They did what they could to not leave Jake hang out to dry kind of thing, you know, which is good. And Detroit, Bernier, he played 2 periods. He started the game. He allowed 3 goals on 19 shots for a 450 goals against average and an 842 save percentage. And Thomas Greiss coming in the 3rd period, he gets the loss. He allowed 3 goals on 9 shots for a 947 goals against average and a 667 save percentage. The Stars took control. The rookies dominated. We'll get into my player of the game. I'm going to have to give this one to Dellandrea just because he's deserved it. There's been every game he's worked his butt off, every shift, and it's been noticeable. And he finally gets rewarded with a goal and an assist tonight. So I'm giving it to him. I'm going to give an honorable mention to the Otter, the puck stopper. Jake, he like I said, he played a really good game, and the 3 that went past him, you can't complain about any of them, about him, because none of them were his fault. He did look a little nervous, but he looked better and more comfortable as the game went on. If there's anything I missed, or that you would like to add on, leave that down in the comments below. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and hit that subscribe button and that little bell so you get notified when these videos drop. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. I'll put a link down below to my Twitter. I'll see you next game against Carolina.